Now that I have your attention, welcome to my new video. I just got home today from the PPG Tournament in Texas. I played both tournaments, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, and I'm gonna show you which decks I played. It was two different decks. They were somewhat similar, but they both had a little bit of a different approach. And yeah, let's just hop right in. Before we hop right in, um, I want to shout out Jordan Ahmad for giving me this beautiful Team Inspire hoodie. Don't worry, I am part of United Ghostess. I'm still part of United Ghostess. That has not changed. That has not changed. But he gave me this beautiful hoodie because I was freezing. I expected it to be summer, to be warm, to be like 30 degrees Celsius. And I did not think about the American having the AC on max all the time, and yeah, I was very happy I got a hoodie, something warmer. So let's hop right into the deck profile. The Saturday deck, I played my signature deck, you could say, the Snake Eye Mitsu Fiendsmith. The ratios were like pretty similar to what I have in my masterclass. It was 2 Ash, 2 Poplar, 1 Oak, 1 Flambirch, 1 Temple, 1/1 on Bonfire. 1/1 is somewhat, I don't know about the card. I mean, it is an additional starter. It's like the best starter because I'm also playing Lurry and it also gets you to Lurry. But it also plays bad in Fuwa, Impulse, and Ash, which all are pretty common in the format. About the ratio itself, you don't need Snake Eye Bellstar. You don't need anything else really. Sometimes when you like post side, you can even side out a second Poplar to like create more space for non-engine. But all in all, I was super happy with it because like these are one card combos, these are paired combos with any Fiendsmith excess. Obviously, Flamberge is the break. For the next engine, the Mitsurugi stuff, I played 1 Murakumo, 3 Habakiri standard, Aramasa, Saji, Prayers, Ritual. So as you notice, I did not play Kusanagi. I tried something new for this event. I theorized a lot for this event, like how can I improve it? How can I reduce all the bricks possible? How can I just make my deck as good as possible? And I figured that you don't really need the Kusanagi. I mean, it is nice to have, but usually you have enough bodies for everything. If you open Habakiri, you have more than enough bodies. You don't necessarily need the Kusanagi body. You can still get to combo if you don't play the Kusanagi. I will make sure I will record those combos and put it in my spreadsheet that you will find in my meta file and or just DM me and I'll send it to you. Yeah, but it is definitely like I think sometimes it would have made my matchups easier or like my matches easier, but it was not like I didn't never like really missed it. I don't think I lost the game because I didn't have it. And then for the Fiendsmith engine, my favorite Fiendsmith lineup, one of everything except for the trap. Trap sucks ass. Only one engraver because yeah, Droll kind of hits this deck a little bit, and you don't want to like unnecessarily play worse than the Droll. And not having the second engraver does not limit you really in this deck, to be honest. That was it for the engines. The non-engines, I played 3 Fuwalos, the 1 Perulia for siding patterns and just to fit another hand trap. 3 Droll, of course, the 3 Ash Blossoms, and now some weird 2-off combos, 2 Nip, 2 Crow, 2 Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre, I wanted to try this tournament. It was interesting. It was actually, every time I drew it, it was good. It was fine. I didn't draw it that much, but every time I drew it, it was fine. It can stop duo drive. It can stop like against Lunar Light. It can stop some weird, like some cool stuff. I didn't play against Lunar Light, but in theory, against pure Mitsu, it can hit IP, or like against everything that sets up IP, it can hit it. Against Malice, it's nice, obviously. It doesn't have like a really bad matchup. The only time it was bad was when I played against Gem Knight. I got clapped. I did not stand a chance. I went first, my only hand trap, like I think I got Fuwa, so my endboard was very limited. I had Droll, Ghost Ogre in hand, and he ODK'd me through Droll Ogre because, yeah, I don't know. The deck usually loses to Droll, but obviously, apparently, it can OTK through draw. And the ogre did not save me there. Also, probably I threw it at the wrong spot because I don't know the deck too much. Last but not least, obviously the one talent. I'm a big fan of the card. I try to include it in every deck. And this second made it to the main deck, which was super fine. The deck itself, it was clean 40 cards. It was a total of 10, 16 hand traps plus the one talent, with, if I'm not mistaken, 13 one-card starters, which is nice. I mean, 13 one-card starters in 40 sounds nice. Consistency is definitely good enough. And you have the Fiendsmith cards, because I don't count the Fiendsmith cards as one-card starters because of my extra deck, even though they could be. My extra deck, the Fiendsmith stuff was Moon, Agnumde, Sequence, Requiem, Desiree, Duke, and Necroquip. These two cards, these were like the cards I added, like at the very last, to my deck, because yeah, I'll explain later why exactly. Then the Underworld Goddess, Promethean Princess, IPSP, Anima, Doom Dragon, Banshee, and Furlimp. These are here to bridge the engines. That's obviously needed for the popular combo as well as this, and also going second. And I decided to add this card as well, instead of some charmers like Dark or Hida. As you notice, there is no other, like, there's nothing I can link Princess into, no Firelink monster, which is okay, to be honest, I think, because if you get to the part where your Princess summons itself back, and it stays the turn, so it can revive your Flamberge, you're most likely winning the game already. You don't need to link this off. And I wanted to play this card because I wanted to respect Lunalight, and also I wanted to include it into my end board. The same thing I did for other Snake Eye decks as well. I usually try to end on IPSP. These both on my field. So the SP is an interruption, and the IP can turn into a goddess, which is a negate technically, but that's not a real negate for the field, and it's like somewhat of a real negate for graveyard returns. So there are some cards I wanted to include, or I thought about including before we go to the side deck. So the Choroso I did not play, even though this card makes the Engraver and Track be a one-card combo. And I did not play it because if I played Choroso, I also have to play Dark. So this would be these two slots, or the Goddess or whatever. I did not want to play like this because I feel like, to be honest, if you only have the Fiendsmith engine and you don't get to any other engine like Mitsu or Snake Eye, you don't hard draw it, your hand most likely consists of a lot of non-engine. And usually if you have a lot of non-engine, you can just set up IP into SP with Fiendsmith follow-off, and the non-engine on top should keep you in the game. And I really wanted to play Necroquip because during testing I figured I do have some lines that play through Nib, but Nib is a threat. Nib is a big threat. You don't have a negate. Nothing in this extra deck negates Nibiru. You can only use Temple to play through it. So Temple like plays Flamberge or something, so when they nib you, you can summon out the Flamberge. But that is not what I want to do, honestly. That's not like the goal of the deck, to just accept the nib. So what I did is I just put a Necroquip and then Engraver on the board, threaten a Caesar, because they don't know my extra deck. Nobody knows my extra deck. Nobody knows this deck. I just threatened that I will summon Caesar, and they have to drop the nib there. If they don't drop the nib, I continue to play. Also, playing the Necroquip makes the Duke a little bit better, because summoning Duke with Sequence can recycle the Necroquip. So you can use Necroquip and then Requiem for the fusion material, so you can keep the 2 Light Fiends in the graveyard, which makes the Agnum Day better, because you can then link off the Sequence and the Duke into the Agnum Day to bring back the Lacrima from your graveyard, and banish the Duke to add back the Engraver for tracked into Larry. So you have a lot of bodies, which is pretty cool. Which could be technically another argument of playing this card. If you wouldn't play Goddess, play this card, because in that exact scenario, if you have these three in your extra deck basically, these three in your extra deck basically, even a normal summon Lacrima or Larry, as well as Engraver and Tracked obviously, they are all like they all give you access to 2 rank 4s. I can also include these combos in my spreadsheet. I'll update it. I'll update it in the upcoming days, so you have more info on it, more stuff to cover, and just some more insights. Another thing I wanted to I thought about including was the second Doom Dragon, because sometimes if you start with Popular, you want to have a second Doom Dragon for your turn 3, so you can break the board easily, more easily, or sometimes just 2 come up. If you go second, you can just spam this card, and that's like a free 3k body with an effect that removes and something, and yeah, it's just there to kill. Obviously the Hida would probably be the Exceed I want to play, that also helps you play through Ash Blossom. Yeah. Then for the last card I thought about playing was the Photon Lord. I mean, it is not needed, and actually like, it's way too tight to actually play it if you want to continue all the ways to combo. If you want to contain all the ways to combo. But there's some cool lines where you can put up the Habakiri and Murakumo, overlay these 2 into Photon Lord, and that actually is your nib protection. Or also with like the Doom Dragon and one of the rituals, you can get into Photon Lord for free, which is nice. It's a very good endboard piece, very strong. But I don't know, honestly. I feel like the extra deck is way too tight, and the other cards have much higher priority. And you already see it's like 20 extra deck cards, and there's not even everything I want to include. For the last part of the deck, obviously the side deck, I played the third Nibiru because I felt like it's strong if it's paired, and close side you wanna have a lot of hand traps. They're playing more Nibirus makes sense. To draw into those hand traps, I played 2 Phantasmate. They were nice. I faced Vanquish Soul, and I think this card gave me the edge against the Vanquish Soul. They always go into Rock and drawing 2, shuffling back 1. In this deck, especially with 3 different engines, with 3 different ways of pushing, or like even more ways of pushing, is so strong. You just power through their board. As always, I include Bestial somewhere in my deck. Played these 3 guys in my side deck. They did not make it to the main deck. I prefer DD Crow over it. I think that's the correct decision. These are a bit more specific, but DD Crow hits more. Also hits some random stuff, hits more general stuff, and yeah, these are way stronger against Fiendsmith stuff or Mitsu, because post side, if you have 3 Bestials and 2 DD Crows, you're in such a good spot. I'll be honest with you. You're in a very good spot throwing one of these. Then obviously the Lancia is mandatory. The 2 Perulias, because I expected a lot of Rizal. There was a lot of Rizal, but also got kicked out by Rizal in the end. But yeah, the 2 Perulias were fine. Going first cards, I played 1 Call By just to counter Fuwa, because I think Fuwa is, besides Nib, besides Nib actually the card is counter against my deck. And then I decided to play the 3D barriers. That is something I wanted to test. They were amazing. I'll be honest with you, they were amazing. They were so good. It was one of the best decisions I made all weekend, to include these trap cards. Because if you go first, this hits almost everything besides Malice, and against Malice you just have the Lancia and like some more Bestials, or even Phantasme you can side in going first. So yeah, you always have enough stuff to side out the Charm is for, and this card single-handedly won me a couple games actually. Yeah, that was it for the Saturday recap. It was a 5-round tournament. I lost only 1 round to Cameron Neal. He was playing Onomad Rizal, and again in top 4 lost to Cam the Man. Again, I did not stand a chance. He opened, like, he countered my hand traps. I cannot counter his board. I cannot push through his board. He definitely deserved, like, he deserved the win. His deck was pretty cool. He played it well, and yeah, I think besides that, I was very, very happy with the deck, with the list, with the choices I made. But for Sunday, I played something else. So for Sunday, I made some changes. I took out all of this Snake Eye stuff, and I put in more Mitsurugi stuff. So in addition, I played the Futsu, Night Sword Serpent, the Kusanagi, 2 more rituals, 1 mirror, 3 pre-preps. That is very similar to what I played for YCS Kido. No, yeah, Kido. It was very, very similar to what I played. I did not play Manju this time because I played some other cards as well. Some, I would say, better normal summons. But adding these cards was just something I wanted to try because I would say I got inspired a little bit by the deck Dinka Bui played for the German nationals, Dinka and Czech Wehrmacht. I also included some Rizal cards. I did not include Bonfire because I feel like it sucks into draw and you don't want to open yourself up to draw, so you rather... I even thought about playing 2 Eyes Rizal to just, counter draw even harder. So I played these. I did not play the talents. I put the talents to the side deck. The non-engine stayed the exact same. The only difference was I included another Perulia in the main deck. So I played 2 Perulias. The Fiendsmith stuff stayed the same. Obviously the Mitsu stuff stayed the same besides this. Also because as you can see, I played the Kusanagi because this is more like a pure approach, and in a pure approach you want to have the Kusanagi, you want to have the body to turn into Fiendsmith. And yeah, I think it was pretty good. It felt very nice. I made it all the way to top 8, which was somewhat gifted. I had 2 buys, included in my pricing for Saturday, and therefore I started 2-0 one Sunday, and my round 3 opponent, which also had 2 buys, did not show up. So in the end I had 3 buys actually, and I only had to play 3 rounds in a 6-round tournament, which was crazy. That was such a huge advantage. Top 8 unfortunately lost to Cam the Man again. This time it was totally on me. I played super bad. I I built my deck wrong. Like this part of the deck was nice. Oh, what I forgot to mention, I wanted to play the X Rizal because of the new guy, that guy, because I feel like with this card, X just becomes so much better. If you play X into a Mitsu Rizal board, you can just X dump this, and this force out the prayers they have set, and yeah, that already takes out the board wipe, and your X will resolve. So it is, I feel like X got so much better. Funny enough, I would cut this card but play this deck like probably the same way. Let me get into that real quick. The main deck was 44 cards. I could not cut it lower, and I did not want to add more more Mitsu stuff to go higher. So as I said, I played obviously the 2 X targets. I played the Caesar, the Gallant Granite, and the Detonator. The Granite was not only there for the Nibiru, it was also there to search that guy, post side deck. I don't know, man. That's not needed. You can probably just cut these 2 and keep this. Yeah, I think that's even better. You keep this guy because X just is so good with this card, and just cut these guys. Like, you don't search Nib, you don't need to search this, so you're already winning if you get to that point, I feel like. I obviously cut from the extra deck. I played these, obviously played this. I did not play this, so that was like the cut for this. I did not play the Doom Dragon. I did not play the Anima. I did not play the Underworld Goddess. Obviously played the rest of the Fiendsmith stuff. And I did not play the Promedian Princess. So these are the changes I made. Hopefully that's not too confusing. If it is too confusing, let me know and I'll post the deck list like as they are. But yeah, since they are very similar decks, I thought I would include both decks into one video. Also the same, some time for myself. So yeah, that's about it. I was pretty happy with the extra deck besides one card, which cost me, I think it was 3 games, and it cost me, of course, the games against Cam Neal. Yeah, I didn't play Dynamondo. I figured I wanted to play this card over Dynamondo because Dynamondo seemed the most cardable card in my extra deck because I wanted to include a Gallagher Granite as well. Yeah, that's super needed, especially with Onomad Rizal that can easily set up Duo, Detto, Cross. Even through draw if you hard draw a Cross or a Star. No, not Duo, Detto, Cross, sorry. Baguska, Detto, Cross. So you need both SP and this guy to out these two cards, which is super, super, super important. And yeah, I did not really... Yeah. I didn't play it, lost the games because of that. That's what I gotta say about it. For the side deck, I also did some changes. So as this was my side deck before. Let me put it up like this. This was my side deck before. I included the talents. I cut the nib because I felt like the nib is not important because I rather like have more hand traps already, and the deck with X Rizal already is so strong going second. I included the Paki. It took out one of the took out the Cold Buy. And I cut the 3 Bestials for 3 Heat Waves. Heat Wave was a crazy card. I think every time I drew this card and resolved it, that won me the game. Yeah. If you just play in a draw phase, make them make them waste Ash Blossom or whatever, make them waste even like go spell, DD Crows, everything. You can even be really mean, go standby phase, announce standby phase, then go prayers. So they're like, yo, what the fuck, he's misplaying. I'm gonna draw him on rest, of course. And then you go main phase, slap Heat Wave down, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the game. Or also, even if you go, like, it really sucks if you started pre-prep and they ash it, and you don't have another way to play. Or if you start pre-prep and they draw you on rest and you don't have another play. So if you go Heat Wave first and you go pre-prep, they think about ashing this or not. They think about drawing on rest. Obviously, like, they don't draw on rest, let's be honest. They don't draw on rest. But if you have Habakiri and Mirror, you're ODKing easily through an open board because they cannot normal summon any monsters, and Murakumo clears everything they would set technically. So this card just is like an ODK machine. This card makes winning games so much easier, and I really enjoyed it. It was very, very fun to play. Yeah. That was it for the second deck as well. As I said, I was pretty happy with this deck. The main changes I would make is, of course, the Dynamondo. I will not play this anymore. It's like just win more, I think. And other than that, yeah, shout outs to everyone I met there. Shout outs to Jordan for not only giving me this hoodie, but also hosting me. Had a great time with the boys. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments or text me in private, whatever you prefer. I'm pretty much always replying. Check out my spreadsheet, check out my Metafy, and I also offer one-to-one coaching, of course. Not only for Snake Eye, but for everything you want to look into, especially if you're preparing for your Continentals. If it's like NAWCQ or even Euros. I'm going to play the Euros myself. Haven't decided on my deck yet, but I will definitely help you prepare for your European Championship. Would love to. And yeah, let me know what you think about the decks, and see you guys next time.